Welcome, welcome. I'm back. This is Charles Rudibaugh, and you found me, right? I'm not hiding. I'm just excited. I'm excited to get this information to you real quick. Yes, those are piercings in my ears. Those are holes, so I'm holy. I'm not divine, but yeah, I am holy. There you can see. So it's not like, an aura or anything coming through there. You can see those holes in my ears, right? But anyways, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share this information with you. If you found this, really consider yourself lucky. And if you're watching the video here, I've got my laptop. I've got some notes that I'm going to use this for, just to keep me on track, because I tend to digress. And I get all, my mind's crazy, and I get all talking about all kinds of random things. But welcome, and you found Evaluating the Network Marketing Industry. And that's what I'm going to go over on this, is Evaluating Network Marketing Industry, Part 1, Part 2. Part 1 here is more so evaluating what it's going to take, the type of person you're going to have to become, the industry in general, what to look out for, those types of things, the right mindsets to have, the overall evaluating of the industry in general, who should even be getting involved, and that type of thing. And then Part 2 is going to be the actual evaluation of companies themselves, and we'll find you a good company here. But I'm going to jump right into this, and like I said, I got some notes. I'm going to go from here. The reality is as I go through this, I want you to keep this in mind, that unless you come to the table already wanting more in your life, then none of this matters. It doesn't matter. None of this conversation matters. So if you want something more in your life, if you're already at the point where you're like, you know what, I'm not where I want to be financially, I'd like to know, how to identify a good opportunity, understand the network marketing industry, understand what's good and bad about companies, well, then we can have a conversation. But other than that, you're just kind of wasting your time. But here's the question you want to ask yourself if you find yourself in that place where I'd like to have more money, or I'd like to have more time, where you're lacking something in your life. The question asked is, what if I own an apartment complex? Let's just say you owned an apartment complex that had, 90 units. I got it written down right there. 90 units that was generating you $100 per unit. And let's say you had $9,000 a month coming in. Well, if you're already a millionaire, maybe that doesn't, toot your horn. Maybe that wouldn't matter to you. But for the average person, I think the average person watching this, really, I really like to gear these conversations towards high school kids that are coming out of school, because then the conversation is genuine. I can't recruit you anyway. So I'm just having an honest conversation here. But if you're coming out of high school, you're thinking, man, imagine if you could own an apartment complex and have $9,000 a month coming in every single month, $9,000 a month, $9,000 a month, every month, right? Life would be a lot different. You might not want to go to college. You might not, want to take that job that you were thinking about getting, right? So just imagine if you had that kind of cash flow. You can put a zero on the end of it, call it $90,000 a month, or you can take a zero off and call it 900. It doesn't matter. Whatever number you feel like would be, man, that'd be great to have that type of an income coming in. What would you do with your life? What would be different? And that's the reason we talk about network marketing, to create an extra income stream that could potentially set us free. It only took me a couple $1,000s a month. $1,800 a month was all it took me to buy back 35 hours a week from my schedule from working at GNC. Right, so that's all it took for me. It didn't take being a millionaire. It didn't take making six figures. All it took for me to be full-time, living my life on my terms, was just making an extra couple grand a month. So as we go into this, first we want to understand prosperity consciousness. It doesn't matter if you find the greatest opportunity in the world. It doesn't matter if you have a mentality of lack and limitation. So first we're going to talk about abundance mindset. Consciousness versus a lack consciousness. See, an abundant person who's an abundant mindset, there's more than enough to go around. There's more than enough people to join my team and join everybody's team. There's more than enough people to show this to. There's more than enough opportunities out there. There's more than enough places to go and people to meet and things to do. There's not like the lack person is like my best days are behind me. They're in a world that's shrinking. If you're in a lack mentality, you're worried about what's going to come in around the corner instead of being excited about what's coming around the corner. If you're in a lack mentality, potentially because it's a job that you only make a certain amount of money. You can't get higher than that. You can't get promoted. Maybe you don't have job security. So the idea is that just to make network marketing even work anyways, it's never going to work for you. You're already counted out if you're in a lack mentality. If you have an abundance mentality where we're okay trying things and okay, we'll get back up if we fail, and we're going to have lots of support, and positive, then that's going to be a positive attitude, and you're going to be able to have success. So the next thing is, like I said, is expanding versus contracting mentality. Well, what does that mean? Well, if you have a general attitude that's expanding, you're learning, you're growing, you're trying new things, the general sense of you is becoming more, so you can hold more, you can carry more responsibility, you can carry more, you're becoming better with your words, you're always wanting to improve, you're always like new things, trying new things. That's different than a person whose attitude and whole demeanor about them is contracting. Someone who just wants what they have, they're just comfortable where they're at, right? That type of a person, who they're not going to take steps in a new direction. They're not going to try new things, and that attitude is going to already preclude them from success in network marketing. The other thing is faith versus skepticism. I'm not saying you have to be a Christian, or I'm not saying you have to believe in God at all in general, but I am saying you have to have faith in the unseen. You have to believe in something and work towards making it real, even something you can't see. Take 2-3 steps down the road, and a road that's going to take 100 steps, and you can't even see what the 95th, 96th, 97th, 99th steps are, but you can take your first 1, 2, 3 steps. And if you're skeptical, and if you're doubtful, and that's your overwhelming mentality and tone that's drowning out your optimism and enthusiasm, then you're never going to have success, not just in network marketing, but anything. So the conversation's irrelevant. Who cares about finding the best network marketing company in the world, or even one that'll work for you? If you're already skeptical and doubtful, then just turn this off. It doesn't matter, right? Again, last but not least is risk versus comfort. I kind of touched on that already. But look, if you're so afraid of failing that you don't want to try, then what does that say about you? You just can't handle it? You can't handle a little bit of failure? You don't know how to you've never fallen down? Maybe it's from skateboarding and snowboarding when I was a kid. I don't know. Or karate, getting beat up, getting back up. But you can't hold me down. You can't stop me. If I want something, I'm going to keep getting up and going for it and going for it and going for it. And if you don't have that type of an attitude, being an entrepreneur, being in network marketing is not for you. And then I will touch on this, is time versus money. Because if we don't have that conversation, it doesn't matter whether you've got a great opportunity in front of you. If you don't understand that time is more valuable than money, because you're just trading your time for money, well, unless that's going to, what kind of an ROI has that been getting you so far? Time is the most important thing you have, and you go trading it for money, that's a bad financial move every time. So that's why we get into network marketing, is understanding that we want our time back. And so whether that's through selling products or services that build you a residual income, or through building a downline that distributes products and services, generating you a leveraged income, either way, or doing both, right? Then you're going to develop streams of income. The goal becomes developing streams of income and identifying opportunities and looking at opportunities and finding ways you can generate streams of income, not looking for a job to get a job to work and work forever, right? So the goal becomes, when you understand time more important than money, identifying ways to get our time back, identifying as most important, all importance, the priority of doing our time in financial matters, working for things to earn money, is doing things that will earn us not just money, but earn us time as well, building a stream of income that gets us time back, that creates residual streams of income and passive income streams, etc. So that's important to understand. Now, going over just a few laws of money, because if you don't understand some laws of money, you're not going to understand why this works so well and why what you're doing isn't working so well. Number one, you got to understand profits are better than wages. You're never going to get rich working for wages. You're always going to be a step behind. Profits are always better than wages. You get a W-2 versus a 1099. Having a 1099, you get tax advantages. Profits are always better than wages. You get tax advantages, which makes you even more money. See, business owners pay less in taxes. Taxes are your biggest expense, and a business gets you control of that. So if you don't understand that, you're going to be fine with your dumb job paying half of your money every year in taxes. But if you're smart, you want to own a business, you want to get control of that expense, right? So you got to be your own boss. But also here, it's not just about how much money you make, because that's the main point in network marketing, is to get you making more money. But in the company like I'm in, it's also about getting you saving money, keeping money, right? It's not just about how much money you make in life in general and finances to get rich. It's about how much money you keep. Because you can make $1 million a year, you can make $10 million a year. If you're spending all that money, it never stacks up. You're never rich. You're just broke at a higher level. So the goal is not just increase your income, but squeeze out your out, right? The money that's going out, you want to close that funnel. And so that's what I love what I do, saving people money on their overhead, on their expenses, on that income, on the services that they're already paying for. But then you got taxes, your biggest expense. We already talked about that. Another one of your major expenses is education versus entertainment. The E versus E. And if you don't got this right, then none of it matters anyways. The goal is to put more time and more money into education than you do entertainment. A lot of people spend way more money. Most people spend way more money and way more time on entertainment than education. So I'm not saying you got to go to college, but I am saying education is important. It's the number one most important thing. You can't take an advantage of something that you don't know. And then if you don't know about it, you can't take advantage of it. And even if you do know about it, if you're not educated enough to identify it and break it down and understand it, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. So education is so important. And who cares about playing around and having fun? You can play around and have fun on a whole higher level once you've figured out the financial part of things. So that's really important. Also, here's another thing. Most people plan to be poor. You know, in the 9-to-5 corporate world, people are planning to be poor. And so you got to understand that if your goal is to retire at 65 and you want to save up and you've got your mutual funds, you got a financial planner, you're planning to not have enough money, so you got to have money saved up and hopefully have enough money saved up because you're not going to have any more income, you're not going to have enough income, you're not going to have enough money. That's your plan. As opposed to having the plan of having too much money. You're going to have an entire lifetime and you're not going to create too much money. You're going to just struggle. How does it make sense to be on earth for 50 years, even in the wealthiest country in the world, you know, being an adult for 40 years, 50 years, and you haven't created too much money, enough money to live the rest of your life, enough money to will to multiple generations? The reality is that it's not hard. Getting into enterprise is not hard. It's just a matter of doing it, right? I mean, it's how hard is it to teach a kid to have 2 bicycles, right? One to ride and one to rent, right? It's easy to do, but so you got to learn. There's some rules about money. And if your goal isn't to get rich, then you're never going to get rich. If your goal is just to have enough, you're going to just have enough. See, if your goal is to get rich, you could fail 99 times, and if you succeed once, you made it. You're rich, see? But when your goal is to just get by and just have enough and just retire with just enough, you could hit that 100% of the time, and you hit that goal every time, and you're lucky to hit your goal anyways. Most people are going to fall short of that, but if you do hit your goal, guess what? You got enough, just enough, barely enough to get by. So that's one of the main reasons behind network marketing, is behind building streams of income. So you have the problem of too much money when you retire. You got all these income streams. You need tax shelters and insurance vehicles to shelter your income and all this kind of stuff. That's the way to play the game. And then last but not least, this is a real key aspect to building wealth here, is that if you're in that lack and limitation mentality, you're typically getting as much as you can and giving out as little as you can. It becomes this negative cycle. When you want to get into an abundance mentality, it's all about the law of reciprocity. The more you put out, the more comes back. Give out what you want back. You know, you put out there, comes back tenfold. The more you give, the more you get. The more you help other people, the more you serve, the more you get back. You know, help other people earn money, your money problems go away. You know, help enough other people pay their bills, your bills go away. You don't have to worry about your bills anymore. That's the name of the game. You're having a bad day, go outside and help somebody. Go across the street and ask someone if they need help. Serve somebody. The more you serve other people, the more your life becomes benefited. And so network marketing is really taking on a life of service and helping other people earn income, helping other people sell their products, helping other people be successful, and then you become successful by helping other people, and it's directly correlated. The more people you help, the more people you succeed. And if you don't, then the more you succeed. And if you don't understand that, then you don't get it anyways. You'll never get it. And the more you give and the more you donate to your church, you put yourself in that flow of abundance. And the more you hold on tight to what you have, you miss out on what else is out there. So you got to reach on, you got to let go of where you're at to grab on to where you want to go. You got to let go of what you have to grab onto something new. And so the law of giving and receiving, the law of letting go of the law of reciprocity to get yourself into the flow of abundance, that's so crucial. And network marketing is a great way to get into that flow of abundance. Now, as I go down on my notes here, I'm going to touch on a couple things. Not only is network marketing a proven business model, if you want to do some research on it, let's just cover what it basically is first. So what is network marketing? Well, it's basically having a home-based business where you're selling stuff. That's basically what it is. Now, how do you sell stuff and what are you selling? That's the key point, right? But that's what network marketing boils down to. The purpose of it, what is the purpose of network marketing? Distribution. Why would a company be a network marketing company? Distribution. They can distribute their products through people, all through these distribution channels. What's a distribution channel? Well, if McDonald's has 30,000 locations, that's 30,000 points of distribution where they're selling stuff at those distribution points, right? 30,000 stores. Well, network marketing, if you've got 100 people on your team, you've got 100 points of distribution, distributing whatever your product is, just company is distributing. So network marketing is just a way to bring products and services to the masses. How do you build a team? How long will it last? How will it work? How much money can you make? How does it end up turning out? Well, those are all different questions. But the point of network marketing is distribution. That's all it is. It's the next generation of distribution model. See, this didn't work 50 years ago. 50 years ago, 100 years ago, when they made a widget in England and they shipped it over the United States and it landed on the eastern seaboard and they sold it to a rack jobber who sold it to a distributor who sold it to a shipper. They shipped it across and then they sold it to a retailer, and the retailer, right, they sold. And so there's 5, 6, 7 levels worth of marketing and distribution, and network marketing cuts all that crap out because now people can call a 1-800 number. They can go order online. The same company that's shipping it can be the same company that's producing it, can be the same company that developed it. So a company can develop a product, manufacture the product, and ship it direct to their consumer with nothing in between there, eliminating all that advertising overhead and distribution overhead, going direct to the consumer. And network marketing is someone in the middle in there like me or you giving word of mouth marketing to that company saying, hey, you got to check this product out. Hey, you got to look at this service. People order it. You get the credit for it because they did it and because you're the one that told them about it. And so that's all network marketing is. It's a more efficient business model. So the old model is more pertinent for the industrial age. But we're not in the industrial age. We're in the digital age. We're in the information age. And so this business model makes sense. This business model has created more millionaires than any other industry around. And so your goal in network marketing, if my goal is to distribute all these services, well, how do we do that? By having leaders. You want leaders on your team that are each building their own teams. Leaders on your team that are training their teams how to sell their products and services. Leaders on the team who are selling their own products and services, leading by example. And the goal is to have hundreds of leaders that don't need 1 ounce of your time. Hundreds of leaders out there selling the products and or building their teams of people to sell their products. And that's what network marketing is about. That's what your goal is. Everything you're doing is in service to that goal. And if you have different goals, if you don't know what you're doing, well, that's why you're not having success. If you have other goals than building a team of leaders, you're not going to have the right results in network marketing because you don't even have the right goals. So that's kind of what you have to understand ahead of time before you even get into this thing. But network marketing, how do we get leaders? Well, first we got to get people into your company, get them trained up, get them to start to have some success. So really, what do? In network marketing, we get people together and then we sell stuff. We get people together and we sell stuff. We get people together and we sell stuff. We get people together in a little home party and sell stuff. That's what network marketing is. Network marketing took a leap to a whole nother level when companies realized they could attach a product with an ongoing shipping feature where you could order the product every month on like an auto ship. Then people could go into someone's house, sell them whatever product they're selling and leave, and that still get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months of reorders out of this person without having to revisit them. And typically auto shipping in any company is around 90 days. Most people cancel their auto ships on no matter how great the product is. It's typically a 90-day window for auto shipping. Right? And so, but that changed the game. And then obviously now companies use services where there's billing volume and there's no actual product or service, and that's next level. But the game plan is build a team of people that market products or services. How do we do that? We get people together, we have them try their products and services. We get people together, sell them, and have them try their products and services. That's all it is. And so then the game plan becomes building belief. Well, if we got people on our team and we're trying to get them to sell products and services and we're selling products, we got to get people to believe in these products and services and believe in their opportunity that they have to make money with it. So it becomes building a team of people that believe and creating an environment where people are having success and having building belief. And that's how we end up building this thing. Now, as I run through some statistics, because now you know what network marketing is, you know about the basic general attitude you got to have coming into it, why some people don't have success, some people do, based on mentality. Here's some facts and some statistics. I mean, this is some powerful stuff here. You know, I'm going to read you a couple statistics. The bottom line is, here's a quote from the cover of Forbes magazine. The days of the W-2 are over. It's a 1099 world now. That's Forbes magazine saying that. Well, network marketing is a 1099 business. You get a 1099 income where you get tax advantages to offset your other income at your job. And it's incredible. Here's a quote. from Success Magazine, which obviously interviews successful people, successful companies. They're on the cutting edge of success, what's going on in every industry. They say it's the most powerful way to reach consumers. That's a quote from Success Magazine. Let's see, 23.7% of the GDP in 2008, those are the last numbers that I could get, 23% of the GDP came from home-based businesses. That's a large percentage. A lot of people are making money from home. You don't have to go to a job. You're in good company. The bottom line is 2 out of 3 people purchase products or services from network marketing companies, from companies selling products and services word of mouth. It's a $240 billion industry with a B, billion-dollar industry. When I joined about 9 years ago, it was less than $100 billion. It was around $80 billion in revenue that's grown in the last 9 years to over $240 billion in revenue just in the last 9 years since I've been in. And so, I mean, here's literally some of the people that are talking about it. Bill Gates, talking about network marketing. Michael Dell, let's look at where the wealth has been created in the last 10, 20, 30 years, where the new wealth is being created. New wealth is not being created in manufacturing, in oil. That's not where the new wealth is. The new wealth is not everyone's not getting rich selling stocks. I mean, how many people are getting rich with brand new big technology software companies? These companies already own those markets, right? And look at how people are getting wealthy. Bill Gates getting wealthy on technology, on computers, on software, right? That's how he did it. Michael Dell, computers, right? But guess how he did it? With a direct business model. Call in, order the computer direct. I mean, how does a guy go from $4 billion to $10 billion net worth in 8 months? And you tell me you can't make your million? Well, it's because he has a business, he has leverage, it's direct marketing, he worked direct, right, word of mouth, boom. And advertising, they have advertisements and people call in, order it, gets shipped directly to them. So he has a more effective business model for something that's relevant in technology business. You got Ross Perot, how did he make his money? Information distribution. Not product distribution, information distribution, right? Carlos Slim, one of the wealthiest guys on the planet. What does he do? He owns a telecom company, right? Technology, telecom, leverage. He gets paid when millions of people pay their bills, right? Let's look at Mark Zuckerberg, how he get a $7 billion kid because of word of mouth marketing, basically using Facebook, using word of mouth to build a network that they have information distribution through there. So all the wealth being created today, it's not in real estate, it's not, right? There's people getting wealthy in real estate. How much money does that take? How much knowledge does that take? It's not for the average person. But average people are getting into network marketing in these industries that people are becoming billionaires in and capitalizing on these billion-dollar industries where people are becoming billionaires and being able to bring it down to the individual level and capitalize on it on an individual level through a network marketing opportunity. Let's look at university programs. Let's see, I'll read right here. Dr. Charles King, a PhD from Harvard, he teaches network marketing at the University of Illinois. It's part of his university program. Dr. Keith Lagos wrote a textbook that they use there that includes network marketing. There's created more millionaires than any other industry. 80% of women that earn a 6-figure income do it in direct marketing and direct sales. Let's look at some lists of people that endorse network marketing, right? For all the skeptics out there, Bill Clinton is a big proponent of network marketing. Donald Trump endorses it. Robert Kiyosaki, one of the world's foremost experts on personal finance, endorses network marketing. Darren Hardy, the publisher and editor of Success Magazine, a big proponent of network marketing. He made his first fortune himself in network marketing. John C. Maxwell, right? Paul Zane Pilzer he was a Nobel Prize winning economist and economist advisor for multiple presidents, endorses network marketing. Right, Warren Buffett bought a network marketing company. He bought Pampered Chef and wrote a book with the CEO saying it was one of the best investments he ever made. And so wealthy people are getting involved in network marketing. The world's experts are talking about network marketing. You just don't maybe know about it yet, except your cousin or your friend was trying to sell you some products. And that's all you really know about it. But the reality is, this is huge, right? Mary Kay, you've heard of Mary Kay. Mary Kay sells more makeup than L'Oreal and Maybelline combined. That's distribution. You're telling me this isn't a powerful distribution model? Mary Kay, network marketing, no retail, distributes more makeup than L'Oreal and Maybelline combined. It's crazy how many women they're setting free. how many women they're helping create part-time and full-time great incomes. It's crazy. And so, you look at a company like A.L. Williams, financial services, now it's called Primerica, but that company owned the financial service business. Back in the 80s, that company went from like 0 to like 300 billion in like several years. Back A.L. Williams, back when they really got ramped up and their big thing was insurance with the term insurance, what's the percentage? 87% of insurance back then was cash value. By today, over 90% of insurance is term. And really, Primerica, A.L. Williams really did that. They changed the entire industry. They did that. So that opportunity is gone. That timing is gone. But they had a good run, and they've changed a lot of lives and helped a lot of people become millionaires and had a huge, huge impact on that industry. So just know that these industries have huge impacts. And network marketing is making a huge impact in each of these industries. Telecommunications industry started to take over, with the deregulation of telecom, creating all these millionaires, network marketing, a company called Excel, which went down. But Excel, they created 6,000 millionaires while they were rocking and rolling, right, back in the 90s. And so telecom's created thousands of millionaires. Network marketing through telecom has created thousands of millionaires. It's just unbelievable. So that's basically, a brief overview there. It's kind of, and we're going to continue on to part 2 in a bit. But the reality is this: it's an incredible industry. You just have to understand what you're getting into, what the purpose of it is. So then you understand who you got to be and what you have to do to make it work. And that's one thing most people don't really look at, the big overall picture of what it takes in the industry, what it takes to be in business, who you got to be and what you have to do. And so then all those things are what determine what kind of a company you're going to look for to get into and what you have to do to make success in that company. And so this is just a brief overview here, but to stay tuned. Jump on to the next video. I'm going to teach you a little bit more. We're going to go into evaluating a company, what to look for in a company, some pitfalls that people get into, that companies get into, and I'm going to go over the top 30, what I call the big 30 biggest companies that you'll be looking at to get into. So we'll talk to you real soon, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.